to Abundance Activation Day 1. My name is Argina Abundance, and I help entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs and side hustlers take action and create multiple income streams. So, in today's lesson, we're going to be talking about fear of being seen, which I keep coming back to because it's something I know I struggled with before I started my journey of creating those multiple income streams and activation and just getting out there and putting something out there for the world to see because it can be very scary. So if you want to be a content creator or just where else, just other places in life you may be afraid of being seen. And yeah, and this is also going to be a book. I just decided that just now. Abundance Activation is actually going to be a book, and basically it's going to be getting over the fear of being seen. That's what the book is going to be about. So even though like I stumble over my words or sometimes I say things incorrectly, I still keep going. It is a very vulnerable place to be, and I'm still showing up. And what we talked about was putting a date and a time on it, like not actually just saying you're going to do something and just whenever, like, yeah, on the 30 days of abundance we were going live or posting a video every day on YouTube, but the problem was it wasn't very disciplined and scheduled. So we needed to put not only a date on it, but a time on it as well. So we can, really stop playing around, create that discipline around our schedule in our life. So we can, like, people know when to expect me to show up. I know when I need to show up. And we show up for other people. We show up for jobs and stuff at a certain time, or we're on time there, but we can't show up for ourselves. So that's what we're working through in this book, is showing up for yourself in whatever way that you want to show up. Because I know for me, I wanted to always really start showing up, but I was afraid of actually putting a date and a time. Okay, we put a date on it. That was my first hurdle, is putting a date on it. Like, okay, we're going to do this for 30 days. So I'm like, okay, we put a date on it. Now in April, we're putting a time on it as well. So we're saying, okay, every day at 9 a.m., unless I have to, like, for example, just Friday, the lesson's going to be at 8 a.m. because I do have something. No, actually, it might have to be at 7 because I have something to do, but I will keep y'all updated on that. But pretty much this Monday through Thursday, you can expect me here at 9 a.m. so we can go into abundance activation. And I hope to see you all here when I'm going live. And I'm actually going live in a horizontal form, and we'll see what it's like because usually my videos are vertical. And I heard that when you're doing horizontal, sometimes that it's more people that are from your actual community. So we'll see about that. So yes, today we're getting into the fear of being seen and how to get over that. I remember a time where I couldn't even think about going live. I used to post videos, yes, 10 years ago. That is something we're going to get into. Like 10 years ago, I used to post videos. Maybe even 12 years ago, I used to sell Avon. That's where I started. And I was just so shy. But I still wanted to share with the world. I still wanted to. I've always had a passion for, like, pretty much business. I always did have a passion for business, and I wanted to start coming online and doing business. I remember the first time I started looking at making money online, I was in college, and I was like, I wonder how people are making money online. And I looked it up, and then I found someone. I wonder if she still, no, actually, I did look her up recently. Her name is Lisa Irby, and she was doing, she was telling people how to create websites and stuff. So I created a quote website. That was like my first experience. And then one day I was in Giant Eagle, and a lady was talking about, Giant Eagle is a grocery store here in Pittsburgh, and I guess around Pittsburgh. I know there's different stores. You might not know what that is, but here in Pittsburgh, we have a grocery store called Giant Eagle. And it was already something I was doing, was posting my website or whatever, like posting on my quotes for inspiration website. That's what it was called. I actually sold it later on for a little bit of money, but I was still, like, I was doing so many. I've always been like not focused on necessarily one stream of income. I've always been a person that's like, oh, what's next? What's next? I kind of got the shiny object syndrome, and I'm not really going to beat that, let's be honest, because I have so many passions. So I'm like, why not stop? And yesterday on my accountability call, well, I guess it's called a mentorship call. It's basically an accountability call where we get together once a week and talk about our goals and what we're doing to move forward in business. It's a bunch of boss women. And she was like, because it was my first time making it to the call, because it was actually on a Monday instead of a Thursday. But anyway, she was like, I was telling her, she was like, what do you do? I said, oh, I have an Afrocentric beauty supply store and I sell on Etsy, eBay, Macquarie, Amazon. She was like, dang, it's not a lot. I'm like, yeah, it is a lot now that I think about it. And when I say that sometimes, like I'm selling on all these platforms, I kind of sometimes second guess myself, but then I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, I am selling the same product pretty much, unless, like I said, I'm reselling something. But if I'm doing the retail, like actually selling my products, it's all the same thing. It's just I'm getting exposure from more platforms. So, oh yeah, and TikTok Shop, I sell on there too. So it's like I I'm able to sell on all of these because I feel like, yeah, I'm building up and it is splitting my attention kind of, but once I list one product, I just list them against all the other platforms. So it's just a little bit of extra work to get more sales and more eyes on my products, and then I can promote it on the main one I promote, I guess, will be my Etsy shop and my own shop, but I could promote it. They do the promotion for me. Once it's on eBay, people search for a particular keyword, they find my product and it's there, you know what I mean? So that's sales I could be getting on multiple sites. There's a lot of brands that sell on multiple sites. So just keep that in mind. And then as a small business owner for now, you know what I mean? I do post on all these platforms because that's more likely to get seen, you know what I mean? So it just makes sense to just copy and paste and upload the same photos. And the only thing is managing inventory. So if I do like 5 at a time, but that's another story for another day. But if you are interested in selling physical products online, then make sure you get into Bitty Beauty Business Blueprint. And I basically tell you how I do what I do, how I source my products, where I get them from, and step by step, putting them on all the platforms. But anyway, fear of being seen. So anyway, I was in Jan Eagle and dang, how did I get back there? I was in Jan Eagle and a lady was walking. She was like, "Do you want to sell Avon?" I was like, "Hmm." And at this time, I really didn't even wear makeup or anything. And somehow, so I accepted her request, and that's when I first started with network marketing. And I do have all those network marketing books under my name, or Gina Olivis, and different business books and stuff. So yeah, that's when I got into network marketing. And then from there, I'm like, I'm going to take my Avon business online pretty much. So I got online with my Avon business and I started writing books about that. I got into Kindle publishing. I took my first course. That was my first course I took. Well, no, it wasn't, because I took a course on how to build a website. That was my first real investment. And then I took the Kindle publishing course, and that's what really like catapulted me into all this online. Like it went from one thing to another, and I'm like, okay, how can I sell Avon online, or at least help other business owners or other Avon representatives sell online. I wrote a book called How to Make President's Club in Your First Year. Pretty much anything I've accomplished, I pretty much wrote a book about. And yeah, life was good and life is still good. And yeah, so that's how it is. But at one point, the point is, did have a fear of being seen, and I just wanted to show you this video. Wait, I don't know if I did before, but let's just go back in time 10 years ago. Videos. Let's go sort by. No. Oh, actually, it's on my community tab. But yes, I was. It's just come a long way. It's just crazy how that happens. View channel. Okay, so we have. It's on my posts in my community tab. I kind of showed that video. Okay, it's this is it. Hey ladies, it's Georgina from SweetNibbles.com, and I have a special message for you. My book, How to Make President's Club in Your First Year, which is about how I made President's Club in my first year, all the strategies I use. Is a step-by-step guide. Like, there's definitely action steps in there. It's not a bunch of fluff. This is things you can implement in your business right away. So it's definitely worth downloading. I mean, when you're in business, you have to get tips and knowledge from anywhere you can, basically, to succeed and to find your own way. So I know there's only 10%. It's just crazy. First of all, my voice sounds really I sound very activated though, and I don't know, at some point I started to have more fear of public speaking, but I was really activated. And I managed to do that in my first year, so I do have a lot to share with you in this. And also, as a bonus, I have a bonus video that you get when you subscribe to my email, and also I have. But yeah, I was just a totally different person. It's just crazy how far I've come, not only physically, but just my energy, how it shifted. I guess I just feel like I'm way more calm now. My voice was so, even though I felt activated and I was very confident in what I was saying, I wasn't stumbling over words. I was like, let's get straight to business, boom, boom, boom. But now I'm more, I feel like, laid back, and it's just interesting. So yeah, that was me back. That was what, 12 years ago or 10 years ago? That video was published 10 years ago. Wow. 2014, July 5th. Crazy. So yeah, that was back when I was on my Avon journey, and now we're here. So a fear I've always had was, I would say, I was fine until, I don't know what, I guess my life just took a turn and I started to get a little bit more, even more shy. I feel like it's every time I've stepped away from being consistent on YouTube is when I kind of, it just never worked out for me, because when I came back, it was just like, oh my goodness, I've been going for so long. So I feel like you always have to get back in the groove. But if you stop leaving, you just feel better because you're like, okay, I'm showing up. So for example, when I did the 30 Days of Abundance back in September 2024, that was my first time really posting every single day for 30 days. And I was consistent with it. And then after that, I kind of was like, okay, I'll post when I post. But then I was like, this time when I did season 2 of 30 Days of Abundance just last month in March 2025, I was like, okay, what can I do to move a step forward, a step closer? And I'm like, oh, okay, let me go and do something in April as well. And then we have 30 Days of Abundance coming again in May, and the journal will be coming out so we can actually go along with this. So it's just become a whole thing. And back then I was doing all the same things I'm doing now. So I do feel like it's a cycle. I was selling courses. I was doing print on demand, books. I was just always doing all this stuff. And this is just what it keeps me busy. I know it's a lot as far as, yeah, it's a lot of things, a lot of income streams, but it just keeps me busy. It's fun, and I know eventually, you know, it's going to just continue to grow like it did before. There's no reason why it wouldn't. So fear of being seen, what people will think of you. So yeah, as you've seen the old me, I wasn't afraid. I was way more, let's be honest, I was way more overweight. I was a little squeaky voice little girl, but I mean, I was of course a beautiful soul, and I've learned so much more and had so much more life experiences now. But I just feel like we judge ourselves more critically sometimes when we do have more that happens to us, and there must be some traumas that might happen that might feel like, oh, I'm silencing myself. Or also the imposter syndrome, where you feel like you can't show up because of, you feel like you're not qualified to show up. And then I'm thinking, oh my goodness, how am I not qualified to show up? I'm definitely qualified to show up, and so are you. What you have to think about is all the accomplishments that you've ever had. Like, for example, have you graduated, or maybe not? Have you written any books? Have you started anything? What are you proud of in your life? And if you haven't done anything, that's why we talk about all these things you can be doing as far as side hustles. You just got to be a step ahead of someone as far as your knowledge in order to teach them online. So you just got to be one step ahead to teach them on how to do something. So don't think you have to be an expert in it. If you can show them, if you've done something and you can show somebody how to do it from start to finish, then you are good to go. So what skills do you have that you're afraid to showcase, that you think that you're not qualified enough for and you need another certification for, when you just really can just be doing your thing? You know what I mean? What can you be teaching people? What can you be showing people? Or how can you be healing people? So just think about some of those things. And don't worry about what people will think of you. I always think, would I rather have the influence in the money, or would I rather have just me being afraid of getting started because of what somebody might think of me? And then it's so crazy. I always say this, as a small creator, think about it. Nobody's even watching your videos anyway. You might get a few thousand views or something, but nobody's really checking for you. People are like, oh, okay, yeah, they might be. I doubt if anybody's talking about you, but if they are, that's fine. I mean, it won't be funny when it's funny, and it will be funny when you are successful because you've been consistent. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't worry about what people will think of you. Is the people's thoughts worth your success or what you want to achieve? I don't think so. Like, I don't think it is. I'd rather be successful and be made fun of, and then in the end of the day, I am me. And then people, you be thinking, like, I guess people close to you, like, oh, how are you preaching this? Because they know you, but you know you more, and you have the skills, and you can bring that forward. Sometimes it won't be to people you know. Most likely it won't be. It will be most likely strangers who will support you and really take you seriously. Because of course, those people that know you intimately and know you like that, you know, they just get a different experience of you. So keep that in mind as well. And like I said, nobody's watching your videos right now anyway, especially if you're starting off. The people, think about how celebrities and people like that, just think about all that they're like under a microscope. People are actually checking for them, paparazzi and stuff. Nobody's worried about you. You don't even have any any views or anything right now because you haven't been putting yourself out there. So that should be the least of your concern. And who cares what other people are thinking, because they're always going to have thoughts, and thoughts are free. So what can you do? There will be trolls. Like I said, I've been trolled, racist trolls, just people trolling me, my weight, my looks. And then there's going to be a lot of people who are very nice. Just kind of focus on the comments that are nice and just keep going. You are helping someone. Like, I love it when I'm getting comments like, oh, I started this because of you, or I'm going to try the 12-hour Uber Eats challenge, or stuff like that. Or I've written my first book, or thanks for helping me publish my book. Which is why I want to do more tutorial-based stuff too. Stuff like that, or just things that resonate with people, that makes them want to get started. And that's what I'm all about, is creating multiple income streams and taking action. Those are the two things we talk about on this channel. So yes, there will be trolls, and think about it. You're going to have to deal with it. You are a celebrity. People will try to bring you down. People will be like, hey, I can't believe like it does seem weird, because when I have some of my family over on, they mainly over on Facebook or whatever, when I go live on Facebook too, I need to start going live on all the platforms at once. But for this first episode, we'll just focus on YouTube. But it is weird, and it does get a little weird, your family, but they've been pretty supportive. But who knows what they're actually, well, my regular family. But I just think it's funny, like family and friends, or people you went to school with and stuff like that, they probably look at you in a different way, but you're not the same person that you were. Obviously, like, you know what you want to do, what you want to do. Obviously, this is your calling, so don't let that affect you, and just, hey, welcome them in, and hey, let it be what it is. Let them have their opinions or whatever, and it's just be yourself. At the end of the day, I just am who I am at family events and here, so it is what it is. Yep. The good stuff. Woo. So another thing is afraid of discipline. Oh my goodness, I really had this holding me back. Like, this morning. I was so tired. I was up all night. I don't know. I was just activated last night, publishing things, getting stuff done. And I was afraid of discipline. I was like, okay, I'm afraid to show up exactly at the same time every day. I was afraid to actually do that. I had all these excuses, but I have all the time in the world and all these excuses. I'm like, you know what? No, this is something I want. I'm not playing around. And I'm so happy I got 66 subscribers over the last 30 days of abundance. I know that might not seem like a lot to some of you, but it's a lot to me. And also I got my watch time views went up at least by 200, and it's inching up there. And I know that how this works. At first you're in the grind, you're putting in the work or whatever. Then eventually it all just, you're investing in yourself, you're investing in products, you're just putting it all out there. You're not knowing when it's going to get to return to you. All you know is that you're putting in the time in the digital real estate, which is, you're putting in the videos or whatever, and eventually things roll in. Just like I start promoting my Stack Influence woo, affiliate link, or whatever affiliate links you have. I start promoting that, and it's just crazy how it's just going up and up. And it's just, if you keep putting in the time, people can trust you, and you're building that trust by saying you're going to do something and doing it and showing up and showing them that you're actually in the trenches doing this work. You're not just talking about a theory. That's crazy when people do that. They're just talking about, well, this could happen. Like every side hustle that I've done on here, it might not be thousands of dollars that's come from it, but I've made at least $1 with all the stuff I'm talking about. So I know it's possible for you to make money with all these things I'm talking about. So I just feel like get qualified by doing something or showing somebody how to create something. You know what I mean? Like, even if you, for example, make candles, maybe you could show people how to make candles. It doesn't necessarily have to be a make money online thing, but people love tutorials and learning about how to do something. So however you show up, cooking or traveling, all that stuff is really fun, and you can just do it, and eventually it'll keep going. Like for years and years, it'll keep paying you over and over, because you're talking about stuff that people want to know about. And they're going through your videos, they're watching your videos, they're clicking your links, and they say, hey, this person's really showing up, she's consistent. Like I have times where I've not been consistent. I'll go like literally, probably the longest I went was like a year and a half without posting. That's crazy. And that's on my Instagram, not my Instagram, but my Natural Hair Master, and on here, or Gina Abundance, I've gone like a year and a half without posting. That's crazy. And I'm like, how are people supposed to trust me and really like want to work with me if I'm not showing up? So don't feel bad. If you haven't been showing up, you can always get back on it. You just got to have those ways to stay consistent. And it's easy to say, hey, stay consistent. But here are some tips you can do to stay consistent. The first thing, and my favorite thing, is accountability. So I have multiple accountability groups at this point. I have Abundance Accountability at 8. I think we have 5 weeks left now, and it ends on May 23rd. Abundance Accountability at 8, and that's my group that I lead. And basically we tell each other our goals. I tell you my goals, you tell everybody in the Zoom tells each other our goals, and then we meet the following week and we discuss if we've met those goals. So it's every Tuesday at 8 p.m. up until May 23rd will be our last class. So yes, there's also other accountability groups you can get in. Coaching. I also, last night, that's what I was doing. I set up my coaching page. I now have my coaching open if you want to check that out, where I can kind of go one-on-one with you, and you can kind of tell me your goals, and we'll meet as often as you would like. Well, as often as I would prefer, like once a week. Some people need that daily consistent. I need that too. Daily is even better. Like you have a coach that's like daily, like, hey, did you meet your goals for today? And you know you got to report to somebody, just like a boss or something. But I'm not your boss. And you could be like, oh yeah, I did this. I posted 3 times. Whatever your goal is. So that's the one way to stay consistent, is accountability. Also, like listing parties. Every Wednesday, me and my aunt list for her eBay shop, my eBay/Etsy store. Because basically, if I list a product and if it's one of my products that's on my shop, I'm listing it everywhere. So list one product, but if it's something like I said, resale or retail, I actually, just list that on eBay or Macquarie. But yeah, listing parties is another way, finding different groups online that meet weekly where you can get stuff done. Work dates, if you could have a friend or entrepreneur buddy and y'all want to just do work dates and y'all want to just meet up and say, hey, let's work for an hour or two, get together, have some coffee, maybe have some drinks. I mean, it just depends. I used to do that with one of my friends and just get together, do work dates. It's kind of like a listing party. A listing party, you just get together and y'all in your own space and y'all just listing and y'all are, we're like, how many you get done? You know what I mean? And it's just, I'm not going to do it unless I know I'm sure. Like, that's why I'd be leaving my listing to Wednesdays. I'm like, I already know what I'm listing Wednesday because I got a lot of stuff to launch and list. So it's just, there's something about just having that accountability partner that keeps you consistent, and it's also fun. So if you can find somebody that's kind of in the same line of work as you, and y'all can do like a work date, like I said, where you're just working, even if you're just writing your book or work. And me and my friend used to actually go to coffee houses and stuff like that and do work dates, or we go to each other's house. It doesn't matter where you're doing it. What matters is you're getting the work in. You know what I mean? So work dates, accountability meetings, coaching. If you can get all of those in, heck yeah, I'm in pretty much all those. I'm in different courses, different accountability groups and stuff, but I can still use some more. And it's great because I feel like another way for you to stay consistent, let's segue into this, is to announce what you're going to do. So I announced that I'm going to show up for 30 days of abundance. So I knew I had to do that. I announced that I'm going to be here at 9 a.m. So I had to do that. So I feel like if you announce it and you're building trust with your audience and you don't want to let them down, you guys are the reason I'm showing up, but also for me, but it's really for you because I told you I'm going to do something. So I have to come through. You know what I mean? That really helps out. So announce to a lot of people, as many people as possible, that hey, I am I have these goals. I'm going to show up. I'm going to post 3 times a day or whatever you said. And then if you don't do it, you know what's going to happen. Your confidence is going to lower. People are going to not trust you as much. You're not going to trust yourself as much. So to build that confidence and trust within yourself again, it's probably because you're not keeping promises to yourself. So yeah, you got to get on that and don't feel bad. Just get into some accountability groups. I promise you, if you say, hey, I'm going to do this and it's not happening, people are going to be like, yeah, okay. So don't be afraid of discipline. Put a time and a date on it, both of them. Put a time and a date on it, okay? It always reminds me of that song, Put a Date on It by, wait, Yo Gotti? Yeah, Put a Date on It. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna make a wait on it. Little Baby and, yeah, that's the jam. Put a date on it. You should check that song out. What else? So yeah, confidence grows as you become more consistent. So I was petrified to go live. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. Then I'm like, okay, so let's talk about what you're going to talk about. You could talk about. You can either do. You don't actually have to go live, to be honest, but it is a good way to grow your audience and then to be able to connect with you. But if you don't want to do that, you can also post videos and have a posting schedule like, okay, I'm going to post new video every Thursday and I don't know, Tuesday and Thursday, whatever your posting schedule is, kind of put that, even if you put that in your YouTube banner or on any of your social media, or tell people, like, if you know this is the day you're supposed to show up, you're more likely to do it if you're announcing it to everybody. Confidence grows as you become more consistent. Also, I was talking about exposure therapy, which is basically, oh, I'm afraid of spiders. Put yourself in front of a bunch of spiders. Eventually, maybe you'll be okay. I mean, the spiders, that's kind of creepy. I still don't like spiders, but the point is, this isn't spiders. This is just going live, just like public speaking. I do want to get into that. I'm still very shy, but I was just thinking, like, this is something I want to do. So maybe I'll take a course or something. See, now I'm getting new ideas of public speaking because that's something I feel like is a big fear for a lot of people. And I just want to work better on my communication and my coaching. And I also want to start taking more courses on coaching and get more certifications and stuff so I can become better for you and y'all can become better as well. So confidence grows as you become more consistent. Exposure therapy. Just I didn't know what I wanted to do. I'm saying I'm tripping over my words. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Nobody's on the live right now, but people want to watch the replay. And it's just crazy how just getting up there and doing something. So if you're really struggling with a topic, like usually I just write with the video like a big topic of the video, and then sometimes depending on if I am well versed in it, I could just flow. I just put some bullet points down here last night. I'm like, this is what I'm going to talk about today, and then it just flows, and you just go into all these big things, and then you just start talking. But if you're really afraid and you're just beginning, what you can do is go on ChatGPT and ask what are some topics I can discuss on this, and then maybe get some bullet points if you're having trouble. Because sometimes with certain topics, if I'm not that well versed on it, I will get a little bit stuck. Like I don't know what to talk about, but it's okay. Don't worry about if there's anybody in your live. I feel like when you're doing a vertical video, it's true. I got to look this up. Is it true that when you're doing the vertical video, you get way more people in there, or maybe it's the topic of the video, or maybe it's the time I'm streaming right now because I'm not really getting nobody. But when I'm doing vertical videos, it depends on what it is. I noticed on my pack orders with me, I get a lot of viewers as well when I'm live, but it's usually in vertical form. But that's interesting. I don't care. I'll talk to myself all day. I know somebody's going to come back and watch this because I look at my analytics. Now I do. I just started looking at them. I was like, the first time, you'll be surprised, I start looking at my analytics was at the end of 30 Days of Abundance, like just last month. Well, pretty much in the last few days, I start looking at, oh, which videos are performing the best? How many subscribers did I actually get? Stuff like that. I need to start looking more into that. My analytics. Now that I've actually had some content to look at the analytics for, I guess there was really nothing to measure it by in the end, you know what I mean? So what else? So confidence grows as you become consistent. So exposure therapy, the best way you're going to be able to get out there if you're trying to go live or build some kind of community or audience is to just put yourself out there pretty much. Let's be honest. You're going to have to, if you want to start going to the gym, you want to have to start going to the gym, and then it becomes more comfortable. It's just like when you first start a job. I don't know why we do this to ourselves. We're just babies. Think about it. Everybody starts with, well, babies in the sense that you're just starting. We all start with one or one subscriber or whatever, one video. We all start there with just one, and we just expect it to just go crazy or whatever. I don't know what we're expecting, but everybody starts as a beginner is what I'm trying to get at. Everybody starts from zero. Everybody. Nobody started with all this success. Everybody you know that has success in something started at zero. I started with no books. I wrote my first book. I got 70 books. Just think about it. You start, just get started with one video, one product review, one whatever. Just get started. So exposure therapy, we keep going into that. Just get started. Everybody starts with one. Everybody starts as a beginner. You just got to remember that. And oh yeah, what I was going to say is thinking about a job. When you first start a job or whatever, you don't know what you're doing. And I think it really takes 2 or 3 months to, depending on how fast you learn. I know we learn by repetition. So the more you do something, the better you'll get at it. So now when I go live, it's more so, oh, let me just go live. I'm not nervous no more. And I know there's not going to be nobody in the live, but somebody will watch the replay. You know, even if they don't, I want to keep going live because you know why? It's going to build that momentum. Don't know what to talk about? Prepare the night before. This is, if you can prepare the night before or before you go live, so it kind of you can have notes. So I just got my notes here. Like I said, I just went off the top of my brain, like fear of being seen. What are my experience with that? Or then I kept thinking of things I could talk about. And then you could just wean off that. And then when you're uncomfortable, though, I will say, when you're uncomfortable, it kind of be like, I don't know what to say. Sometimes it's okay to just be silent. Well, it depends what you're doing. Because I was thinking, like, it's a little bit more awkward when I'm not talking about something I know about, but if you're just doing your makeup or something, because when I be going live on TikTok doing my makeup, sometimes I'm like, I still kind of get nervous, like, should I be talking more? But I'm doing my makeup. It's okay to just sit and just enjoy. What else? But if you don't know what to talk about, like I said, you can prepare the night before, chat GBT, all that. Accountability. So meetings and coaches, make sure you're up on it. Meetings, coaches, courses, all that. If you can get in as many accountability groups as you can to keep you like on it, just think about it like teams, they practice, right? You got to practice. You got to keep practicing so you can get better. Keep practicing. Deadlines. Okay, these are, we're talking about put a date and a time on it. So deadlines. So we have daily. What are your daily goals? What are your weekly goals and your monthly goals? And oh yeah, so just last night in one of my meetings, one of my accountability meetings, there was a girl and she put post-its on her mirror. I believe they were her monthly goals, and she put a whole bunch of post-its on her mirror, like her bathroom mirror, and then as she meets the goal, she can take them down. I love that. I love that. It just, and then every day you look at it, and also putting like a postcard near your light switch, maybe to your bedroom door or something, of all your monthly goals. Just think about it. You're seeing it again and again, and it's just conditioning your mind of what you're supposed to be focused on, especially those post-it notes. That is awesome. I definitely want to do that. So that's another tip for you. And anything I learn, I definitely want to tell y'all about. So don't know what to talk about, prepare. We already talked about that. So yeah, accountability and coaches, make that, like I said, make sure to check out Abundance Accountability at 8, where we share our goals, and you got to bring receipts in the next week, okay? You got to bring the receipts. Deadlines, daily, weekly, and monthly goals. So imposter syndrome, we already kind of went over this. Everybody starts at 0. Everybody was once a beginner. It takes time to learn. Why are you judging yourself for not knowing? It's okay. You're going to learn it and you're going to get better at it. All you got to do is keep going, and you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Keep going. Most people have the same fears as you. Keep that in mind. Just because you be like, man, I'm afraid to post. Most people are. Most people are afraid to post or really be vulnerable or really get on here and post. And would you rather make money and stay comfortable and not be judged? Which one would you rather? Would you rather be comfortable with no money and no influence, or would you rather start building your platform, have your influence and your money, and then those same people are still going to have their same opinions, but maybe they'll be a bit higher of you once they see how consistent you are and your results. So keep that in mind. So this was Abundance Activation. We're going to actually start writing a book, and it's going to be all about coming out of your shell, actually getting out there, how to like activate your abundance, and not just money, in health as well, and in your relationship with yourself, or if you have another relationship, that's awesome too. So yes, abundance activation, that is what I had no idea, but it just comes to you. Once you are on that creative reel, it just comes to you. And author abundance is on its way as well. I definitely need to be pushing myself to do that course. We've been talking about it too long. So usually when that happens, that means I need to put it up for pre-order or something, and that will put some fire under me. That's another tip too. If you're having trouble publishing a book, put it up for pre-order. If you're having trouble doing a course, put up for pre-order so people can be like, oh, it wasn't even ready. No, it was ready, especially on Amazon, because they don't play around. You'll lose your pre-order privileges if you don't publish on time. Ask me how I know. I think you lose them for like a year if you don't publish your book on time. So let's get this abundance activation. Maybe I should put it up for pre-order. Let's not talk about it, let's be about it. But I just got to think of what date is realistic. Now, author abundance, I need to put that up for pre-order as well. So you'll be hearing about that coming. Another thing, So this, I'm just going to go over some updates, even though we're not on the 30 days of abundance. Let's just go over some updates with me. So updates with me. So we have the new Fiverr gig up. Yay! I was up last night. I put the Fiverr gig up, and basically it should be under this video. And it's basically, I have, oh no, the Fiverr gig's under this video. That gig, I have the new Fiverr gig, the UGC creator gig. Okay, so we have a product review gig and then a UGC video gig. So I have both of those up. I'm starting low. I'm building up my Fiverr by starting low. You know what I mean? So I can build up those reviews for that gig. So yeah. So for the next month, oh yeah, so I said I was going to increase my prices for my reviews this month. I'm definitely going to go up in price. I feel like I got 12. I think I have 12 reviews. And I have 3 orders in queue right now. And I'm about to do 2 UGC videos, but it's under the product review one, being that I actually have an actual UGC gig now. So I have 2 gigs, the product review gig, and I'm starting to build up my UGC creator gig. And there's really something to this product review thing. I think this is going to be my next big thing that I can focus on and actually do well with, like the product reviews, which is basic, or UGC creation, which is basically like, no, I guess that's different from a brand deal, but that's eventually to the level I want to get. It's the brand deals, you know, the big brand deals, not the small ones. You know what I mean? That's where I want to get eventually. And I'm speaking into existence. Maybe next year you'll be hearing this like, oh my goodness. Well, a year from now, when I'm still posting on here, y'all be like, oh my goodness, she really did it. And I'll be rewinding this back, boo. But anyway, yeah, so we have the Fiverr gig up now for the UGC creation, and I just love talking about this. I know y'all probably think, oh, she's always talking about what she's doing, but I'm trying to inspire you to get on Fiverr now. Start with $5, even if you're breaking even, and just get started so you can build up your income stream on there. Then when people build and trust, you got all these reviews and stuff under your Fiverr, and you get to another level of seller. I think level 2 seller, I'm almost there. I think I need like $40, no, is it $60 or $40 more to get to level 2 seller on Fiverr. So now we have the UGC gig up. We got to build that up. I know I'm going to be super busy doing all these videos. Actually, I'm probably a pro at it now. I've been doing so many for Stack Influence and for Kale and all that. So I definitely have the bandwidth. Also, join brands. I am on there. I haven't heard anything back yet, and I've been applying to places, but I'm trying to get my portfolio up on there too. I don't think it's on this phone. I think it's on the phone I'm on right now. But I've been trying to get my join brands up as well, and yeah, get on there too. I've been trying to just apply just to get something under my belt, and I also got to work on my portfolio on join brands and on Fiverr. And yesterday I made a PDF of all, like some of my top performing. I looked at my top views as far as my UGC videos, and then I just put those videos in the different categories. So it's great to have like something under your belt. That's why I always say start with Stack Influence if you're trying to do the product UGC route, so you can kind of get those videos under your belt. You're learning, you're doing more, you're showing that you can, what you can do, like for your reviews. So yes, I'm so happy I finally got it up. I've been talking about it, and now it's into fruition. Like the more I'm talking about stuff with you guys, and I'm getting activated, and now I'm on it. So today, what's my plans for today? We have a cleaning client at 11, and then after that, we are going to do some Uber Eats, even though we'll see how my car is actually acting a little better. I don't want to push it or anything, but my goal is to do Uber Eats later. I still have some Uber Eats content dropping. Also, a new goal for this month. We're not playing around no more. Like, I've been playing around so far, so long with this goal. And the goal is to post 3 videos a day. Excuse me, geez. Here, let's do this. My goal to post 3 videos a day. I've been talking about it, or post on all socials. It was very general. Now we're not playing around anymore. We got to stay organized. We got to stay on it. Oh yeah, did I tell you I did my 10 Amazon influencer reviews? That's done too for the week. So we have 3 videos a day. So you'll be seeing that. Well, that's not even including the abundance activation. We have 3 videos a day coming, and now from now on, I'm writing what video is going to be published. You know, if you're having trouble with this and you want to do something similar, you're like, I don't know what to post. Go on ChatGPT, type in your niche or whatever you want to do, and just think of 3 videos you could post. You could say, well, for YouTube, I do have 1 long form video at least, or at least 1 live stream every day, and then I have 2 more. Like I'm gonna be doing 3 videos a day on each platform, not just on here, but on Natural Hair Master. And now I know that I can do it because I have what videos getting posted, and I love that for me. Also, if you have already been creating content and you're like, oh my goodness, if you have long form videos, try out Opus Clips. It's an AI that basically can take your video and it takes highlights of your points. It works best for like videos like this, or it works best for I would say like personal development videos. It's not basically it's not good for like tutorial style videos. You would have to edit those down. But like videos where you're like making a point, you're doing like personal development or something, or talking about like points of you're talking about something, you're just straight talking, those are the best type of videos to do on there. But yeah, check out Opus Clips. I wonder if they have an affiliate link. I gotta check it out. But basically it takes your videos and turns them into shorts. That's how I've been posting some of my shorts. You're like, that looks old. And some of the videos, I'm still going back through all my 30 days of abundance back in March and posting those shorts or those clips on there. And that's good content for TikTok and all those other platforms as well. So the platforms I'm posting on are, of course, YouTube every day. So we have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Flip, and Snapchat. Now, Snapchat is a little different. I've been posting on the Spotlight, but I'm trying to learn more about the app. It's been so long. I used to stay on Snapchat. That was the stuff. Then I just kind of got off of it, and then and now I'm back. I had to learn how to reuse it. It's crazy how when I first started TikTok, I didn't know how to use it. Now I love editing on there or in CapCut. Now we have Snapchat, and yeah, I want to get back on there. I mean, I am back on there, but I've been just posting spotlights, and I'm trying to think, should I be posting to my stories as well? But probably. And I only want to post on 1 account over there because it's getting a bit too much. Yeah, it's getting to be too much. Unless can I switch between accounts on there? I don't know. There's just too much going on. So I've just been posting on my regular one. And then, of course, the Flip app. If you don't know about the Flip app, definitely check it out. I did a whole video on it. And it's basically about, it's an app where you can get monetized on day 1. And I'm actually getting paid for views now. And that's one of the videos I'm going to be doing later today, actually, is my Flip income update. It's probably going to be a short form video since, and when I'm talking about videos, I'm talking about 3 short form, really, because I'm going to be editing them on TikTok and then just putting them on the different platforms from there. So yeah, that's what's going on. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Please leave in the comments if you watched the whole video. Leave a pink spring flower emoji if you watched this whole video, and I'll know you're a real one if you do that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This was a good day. So the abundance activation book will be coming soon. I guess I could be writing it while I'm, doing the different days. I love to, like, that's another way I always say to promote your book is to write it and then like have it to where you're doing it like, oh, day 1 is this, day 2, day 3, or whatever. Like for what I did for Escape Poverty Mindset, where I did that video series, like for each chapter. It's kind of like that. So I guess technically chapter 1 for abundance activation is fear of being seen, because once we get over that, we can go to the next level. So definitely. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Farewell, Cottontail.